In room 1 and room 2, which is where we'll do eye and ENT and Bronx and so forth, we had put in red lights, like running lights, like they have on ships, so that you can turn off the lights in the room, and yet you can get around without killing yourself tripping over things, because you'll be able to see the floor, but the operator will be able to work in the dark or use his scope or whatever he's using at that time. My only problem is finding the switch. It's there. It doesn't turn anything off. I have to find an electrician today and we'll get it. Okay, we're going to tour time.
Though Moving Day, or M-Day as it appeared on hospital calendars, was January 31st, some departments began shifting inventory from old St. Vincent to new as early as January 8th. The almost a month head start in moving equipment and supplies was in preparation for receiving patients on the 31st. And it was at about M-Day minus 3 days that preparation became hectic.
Take a close shot.
Yeah. Should we get through there?
Let's pull our allocator. Who's going on there?
Well, no, the old hospital was right, and it still is right, but it had gotten to the point where it's a continuous struggle to keep going, and to keep it going in the foreseeable future with our needs was not feasible. So, anyway, the thought of remaining there with a hillside location with very limited parking wasn't in the cards.
Mention some tassels. What were the tassels? What would have been the big tassel?
I think, let me just enumerate a variety of things. One was who was going to be the singular person that was going to pull all of this together. And we each had an ongoing operation in each of our jobs to fulfill, and so we very quickly concluded that none of us that are in the administrative council had really the time nor the expertise to do it. And as far as I was concerned, this was a job for an industrial engineer, so we went out and hired one, Roland Hansen.
Everybody's very impressed with your engineering work, is what I'm talking about.
The engineering work was really a minor part of it. It was strictly organizing and planning getting the things down on paper so the various people knew what they had to do. And now that it's coming to the point of happening, my job was over with some time ago. I'm worrying about details.
There.
Think you're really going to make it?
Eventually. I'll swap jobs with you, Eleanor.
You'll swap jobs with me? All right. I'm all done with mine. Not really.
Oh, God.
Can I help you?
I don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff. I don't have enough space for everything that we're going to need.
Mrs. Weems, nurses, it seems at least to observers, are always more attached to hospitals than anyone else. Do directors of nursing cry?
Yes, only in their prayer closets, though.
Emotionally, how do you feel about the move?
How I feel about the move?
Being there so long.
I have no sentimental attachment to the other hospital, even though I was there for years. I just think that we need a bigger facility, so I'm happy to improve. I'm looking forward to this.
No crying.
No crying. No, I stayed there yesterday and did the last of the cases. I do understand there are a couple today, but I have no tears. Progress is painful, but I don't think this has been painful.
How about you?
I think it's nice to get away from all the leaks in the ceiling. No, I haven't been there long enough to really have any love, that much of a love for it. And, it's old, and there's a lot of changes even in the technique that had to be changed, and now we can start kind of fresh and change things that have been needed to change for a long time.
Everybody else seems to be happy to leave old for new.
Well, I mean, you can't help but be happy to work in a newer hospital, a new medical center. But you still have the attachments of, like myself, having spent so many years there.
Sure.
And they were good times. I don't say the good old times, but they were good times. We really enjoyed it when we were students.
Anyone who's worked around the old St. Vincent's for 25 to 30 years can't avoid having a feeling of regret in many ways for the memories that they've had in the old hospital. And when you stop to think of the many incidents that have occurred in the doctors' lives as well as those in the history of the hospital, it makes, you would make a big textbook if you're going to write a history.
We're missing 2 tables out of the cysto room, too. Did you find those 2 tables?
Not yet, but I'll scout around.
Sharon, would you call back and ask Mary to take a look to see if there's any small minor tables left over there at all?
Oh, I don't know if there's small ones, but I know there's big ones over there yet.
Well,
I think we're near going to need every one of them, too.
they were missing those out of the cysto room, and they're going to be somewhere, and I haven't seen them.
They may be there. I think they probably are. It seems to me I did see them.
But I think now we've got to work. Mike, come on. I think now we've got to work toward the patients that are going to be admitted on Monday. This is Mr. Park from Tetronics, who's vice president out there and on our lay board. What do you think of it, Mike?
Well, we're getting there. It's going to take a little more doing.
I think you'll be done for Sunday, though, tomorrow.
We'll be ready for the patients that are coming tomorrow. Yeah.
What has to be done yet?
What's that?
Panic. Oh, what has to be done yet? We still got some more beds to make.
Very good. Don't take a picture of that.
Get that.
No, don't take that. Edit that, please. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You want to wheel it down there, or you want to take it.
It's not that hard if you don't have any more than that. Just wheel
Well, wheel it right through Central Supply.
Okay.
Put it on.
Loaf then.
Give me a little.
You know what it costs for these gentlemen?
Yeah, I know it, but the only thing is, you know, if they can get here earlier, it's...
Yeah, well, I really couldn't promise you that they will, because we stage them in the main corridor, and then they load on the trucks as we can get them on. So to say when they'd be here is impossible.
Well, being built,
Right on.
no, really, though, it would help us.
I'll call Steve and tell him that you're expecting beds. I'll tell you what, I think there's a high cube solo coming out with 5 or 6 beds on it right now. That'll give your girls something to do.
We're down to about 90 patients. It'll be very easily done. We'll be running cafeterias at both hospitals. The old hospital, full breakfast, full lunch, and at the new hospital, full breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Really noisy in here.
A little bit. We have the air fans that are pulled from the second floor taking the exhausts out.
Is that for tomorrow?
Hello.
Hi there.
Now then, I'm just a working girl.
Are you?
Yeah. Doing my bit of interfacing for the poor patients of the city. I try. Thank you.
Well, those goes upstairs in the storeroom. Cafeteria. Storeroom. And those goes up in the storeroom. Oh dear. These here stays down in the main kitchen. Are these the small tomato juices here?
Making it by tomorrow?
We have rooms all set up.
We're
Ready
ready.
to go.
All ready to go.
Want
We're
us to make
doing
a
it.
practice run?
Laying out.
You really ready?
Yeah, we could operate right now if we had to. But
Well, they have knocked on this one. This corridor yet.
You'll be ready to operate Sunday then? If you have to.
if we really have to, we'll operate Sunday. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready now. We could operate now if we had to. We would prefer not to. But by tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, anybody who needs us, we're ready.
Was it hard, looking back?
No. It's just like getting your house straightened up with 20,000 details to finish and 90,000 different people to help us. No, we're all right. Okay. We'll get the details finished.
A few more
Tomorrow.
details.
We're missing 2 tables out of the cysto room. They're somewhere and they're not here. I can't find them. So to look for the little silver tables. She'll know what I mean.
What kind of things did you have to think about?
Well, of course, in a big general hospital, you have all sorts of patients. We had to make sure that we were not going to have communicable diseases to be moved so that we would be exposing other patients in transit to these communicable diseases, and we had to have the staff committees formulate cutoff dates for admissions of a variety of types of illnesses. Also, where you have intensive care units, you have extremely sick patients with a great deal of resuscitative equipment, and we would not choose to move many of these patients if we could prevent it. Therefore, many of the extremely ill patients had cutoff dates, and we used other hospitals in order to take care of these patients, but we do have preparations to make special ambulances available for moving those particularly ill patients.
I would imagine the day of the move then is the key word is tenderness.
Tenderness, care, and caution.
Just to let you know what we can anticipate, we will be moving 82 patients. The census has dropped a little bit. We'll be moving 58 in the Army ambulance buses. We'll be moving a nominal 12 per bus. That will mean a total of 5 ambulance bus trips. There will be 24 patients that will be moved in private ambulances. Those that have keys, the transport people will be with you. We'll be using the south elevator, center elevator, and east elevator. And the transport people have the schedule. And they'll tell you when they bring someone to the lobby where their next one is. You take them up there. Everybody's job, of course, is to be charming, look pretty, and keep the patients happy and comfortable. And I know you do an excellent job at that. Okay? Thank you. Well, the route that things will be following will be Westover to 23rd Place, Burnside to Barnes, out and back. We'll have 5 ambulance bus trips and 24 private ambulance trips from 6 different ambulances. That's the basic essential of the whole thing, and our problems are traffic control and parking here at this end. Between the 4 jurisdictions, we should have no problem.
Even a year of planning when moving a hospital can in some cases fall completely apart. For a hospital is a world of the unexpected. Her name hadn't appeared on moving day schedules until the last moment. 9-day-old Rebecca Ann Nichols, a premature baby hospital personnel thought would surely be out of the incubator and home in time for M-Day, decided she'd stay through the move.
It is our expectation to move all of the patients who are here from between breakfast and lunch without skipping a heartbeat.
Do we go by the zoo?
Do we go by where?
The zoo.
Close to the zoo?
Yeah.
No.
Not yet. Oh.
It's over the other way.
I don't know where we're at.
We're on Barnes Road.
Yeah, I know. But I can also...
Are you warm enough?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On my forehead is cold.
We're here now.
Huh?
We're here now.
You're here now.
Right straight out. The light's out now. It's daylight.
Right here. Get warm.
We have,
Mr. Tallman, we're going to lift you up again. We won't drop you now, just relax. What's wrong with that?
You can't move this arm.
Oh, yeah, but it's so painful.
Yeah.
Up to.
Yeah, mine up to my elbow, can't move it.
Okay.
Like medication here. Yeah. Up we go.
Oh, God, that's cool.
Woo! You warm it up, okay?
A little bit sluggish. This probably works. There. Right here.
Bye-bye. We'll see you later.
Can I try one?
It's what?
Can I wait right or
You just hold it a minute. I want to listen and check your chest here.
oh?
Okay.
Of the 80 to 90 St. Vincent patients to be moved on Sunday, nearly 60 would make the trip from old to new in Army hospital buses from Madigan Army Hospital near Tacoma, Washington. Intensive care patients made the journey in private ambulances. Handling groups of 12, the bus transportation was strictly military. So to aid St. Vincent personnel, volunteers of the Portland-based Air Force Reserve Medivac Squadron were on hand.
Don't worry about it. We're not going to drop the letter. When you feel it going down, we are setting you down on the floor until the boys can change hands. All right? And problems, just ask us. Okay.
This is Mrs. Parkman coming.
Okay.
You gotta come down.
Can you scoot it
All
down?
right.
No. Your way.
Oh, my way? All right.
The key we were always working around, though, and that's patient safety and the continuing of patient safety for those that we had in the hospital. And that's why it takes all of these people. No singular few people could ever sit down and do the job because too many are involved in patient care and quality. Therefore, it was necessary to always keep in mind that's why we exist, is the patient, not for our own convenience.
Moving a medical city is what it amounts to.
Moving a medical city.
One more. I mean, in here.
Good morning, everyone. May I have your attention just for a moment? This is Sister Mary Loreen, your administrator, welcoming you to our new St. Vincent Hospital. I want to take this opportunity to welcome everyone who came with us as patients, who helped us to accomplish this. Someone asked me what my job was through all this. It hasn't been a job, it's been an honor and a privilege to work with all of you who have done the work. Again, I'm sad, but I'm happy. And I know that once you're out here, you can't be sad after you see our building and spend some time with us. Welcome, everyone. God bless all of you. Thank you again.
10, 9, 8, ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Launch commit. Liftoff. We have liftoff with Apollo 14. 3 minutes past the hour. The tower is clear.
Houston is controlling. 16 seconds. Engine roll program started. 14 maneuvering to a proper flight course. 25 seconds.
We're going to have to learn to adapt to the room they're working in with the various setup.
But if we had another cupboard here, and you had your back table here, and your picture supplies into that cupboard, then you could stand here and open everything, and the autoclave and the traffic flow would go around the head of the table.
That's where it should be, the most
Because we'll try that. Let's try this setup, and then we'll switch the tables around and do it that way.
Well, then we wouldn't have to set up this table backwards. The way it is now, we've had to, from the other hospital, we've had to just turn this in for end, the back table. See?
All right, try that. Get set up, and we'll get up as far as incision time, and then we'll start again and switch the furniture around, try it the other way.
In one morning, from 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., a hospital, a small city, had picked up lock, stock, and patients and moved several miles from city to suburbia. And while final checks were made of new surgery accommodations on the day following the move, one full operation had already been performed. At St. Vincent, moving day had only been a sidestep in a daily routine that expects the unexpected.
Maybe in our second cupboard, not in this room, but in the others, we might have to leave a couple of shelves free, and that's where you put that case's specialty items.
Well, that's fine, because there's plenty of room in the other room.
In the other room, see, there's not a double pair.
And maybe, you know, like if you're picking the 8 o'clock case for the next morning, maybe these two shelves will be delegated to that case and put all your stuff on there. Then the circulator has to go somewhere. It's here. And
Everything went as planned. If I had it to do over again, we'd do everything in the same way.
Someone said that it was a textbook move, and I believe it.
All the patients are very happy, and I think that's our primary concern. They arrived here safely, and I think for that we can be very thankful.
I don't think it could have been more beautifully done, and I don't know how to thank the people who did it.
Well, I don't think it comes as any surprise that it went off so well. We had enough dry runs, we had the computers working, we had all those figures. How could it go wrong, you know? I don't really have anything to do with moving them.
I don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff.
Panic. I don't say the good old times, but they were good times. We really enjoyed it when we were students.
When you stop to think of the many incidents that have occurred in the doctors' lives as well as those in the history of the hospital, it makes, it would make a big textbook.
Doing my bit or interfacing for the poor patients of the city.
it's just like getting your house straightened up with 20,000 details to finish.